Hey Taurus, welcome to Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot. My name's Erica. Welcome to the channel. This is your January 2017 Tarot and Astrology video scope. I hope you're doing well. Why don't you sit a spell so we can talk about the stars? We're going to start off the month of January with Mercury going retrograde in your 8th house. Mercury will be retrograde until the 7th or 8th of the month, where then he will be making his station direct movement. Won't clear the shadow just yet, but working his way towards it. And in full disclosure, I am recording this video at the beginning of Mercury's shadow phase. So, hopefully, you understand what I'm trying to talk about and that I'm clear. If I'm not, please put your questions or comments down below and I'll do my best to answer them for you. So, starting out the month, on the 3rd or the 4th of January, depending on where you live on the planet, we will have Venus moving into Pisces. This is your 11th house. The 11th house is the house of the internet. It's the house of your friends. It's the house of the groups, memberships, teams, and associations that you may belong to. It also covers your bucket list, your future wishes, goals, and dreams. On the 12th or 13th of the month, we will be experiencing a full moon at 22 degrees of Cancer in your 3rd house. The 3rd house is the house that's ruled by Gemini. It's the house of your communication, and communication splinters off into different things. It's how you speak, it's how others interpret you, and how you interpret others. It also is your communication devices, your phone, computer, laptop, modem, gaming devices, anything that gets your message out into the world. It also covers short distance trips, so that is your vehicle and the path that you take back and forth to get from point A to point B. Short distance trips, siblings, cousins, and neighbors, and also like your neighborhood. So there could be some illumination going on in that 3rd house. It could be emotional because the full moon always brings emotions, and the fact that it's in Cancer, you could be feeling a little moody when it comes to your family or siblings, cousins, or neighbors. Now on the 12th or 13th of the month, we're going to have, it's the same day as the full moon pretty much. Mercury will be moving into Capricorn to meet the Sun and Pluto, which has been there since 2008, in your 9th house. The 9th house is the house Sagittarius. It's the house that's ruled by Sagittarius. It's your worldview expanded through travel or study. And what I mean by that is that it covers foreign people, foreign places, foreign things, the study of foreign languages, religion, philosophy, astrology. It covers legal system matters. It covers political system matters. It covers higher education, long distance trips, and adventures and quests as well. Now, on the 19th or 20th of the month, depending on where we live on the planet, we'll have the Sun moving into Aquarius, which is your 10th house, and the 10th house is the house of your career, your status, your reputation, and it deals with the authorities. So this could be authorities in your world, the authorities, or authorities in their field, which would be like an expert. It also deals with your destiny. I look at the 10th house kind of like a quote from William Shakespeare, that he said that all the world is a stage, and I see the 10th house as the stage that you approach the world on and how the world knows you. You'll also have a new moon at 8 degrees of Aquarius on January 27th or 28th of the month, just depending on where you live on the planet. This again will be in your 10th house, so it will be a time of new beginnings or planting new seeds in that house of your destiny and your career, your status, your reputation. So yeah, on the 27th or 28th of the month, like I said, that new moon, be sure to use that in the career sector. It would yield a harvest in about 6 months. On the 28th or 29th of the month, we will be having Mars move into Aries, and this is your 12th house. For me, what this says automatically is that you're going to have a hard time sleeping. And when you do sleep, your dreams might be like really violent or sexual, very energetic. But yeah, I see you having a hard time sleeping. Mars is a planet of action, energy, and impulse. So moving into the 12th house of sleep and secrets and I mean, it may be dealing with secret enemies, but I really don't want to put that out there for y'all. I'd like to see it more be y'all having a hard time sleeping than you fighting with a secret enemy. But it also deals with karma and limitations and self-undoing and repression. It's the house of secrets that you keep from yourself, secrets. It could be a secret relationship. So, that's what I see going on for you astrologically for the month of January, Taurus. Now what I'm going to do is grab my cards and get a couple of shuffles going for you. I've already shuffled off camera, asking for the general messages for my Taurus viewers and friends. But I'm going to take this time to remind you that this is a general reading for the Taurians out there, or Taurans out there. I say Tauran because I used to play World of Warcraft, sorry. But yeah, if this reading doesn't resonate for you, then I invite you to check your moon and rising sign videos. If you don't know where your moon or rising sign is, then I invite you to Google the words free natal chart and type in your birth information to the best of your knowledge or ability. Use your birth certificate. And if you don't have the information, then just click the box of you don't know the birth time or whatever it is. But it will generate a chart, and if you've got your birth time and it's the correct birth time, etc., then it will give you your ascendant placement. If you don't have your birth time, then we will be able to at least get your moon sign. And maybe, what I say for those who don't know their birth time, if you learn what each of the zodiac signs, the astrological signs, represent, what they stand for, and their mannerisms, that sort of thing, you can sometimes guess your rising sign, especially if you ask people to tell you what their first impression of you was. I always get people are like, I thought you were a bitch. Every time. And I'm saying this because I have a Taurus moon, I'm a Scorpio riser, and I have an Aries sun. But yeah, more often than not, what I hear from people when we interact, after getting to know one another, was, I thought you were just a stone cold bitch. I don't know, I'm stoic, I'm serious, and I keep to myself if I don't know you. Once I know you, I act a damn fool, but up until then, I try my best to be on my best behavior. I know I'm an intense person, and I know I can be a lot, and I don't want to put that on people who aren't signing up for it, is how I see it. But yeah, this isn't about me, Taurus. This is about y'all. Once again, I invite you to check your moon and rising sign if this doesn't resonate. I think I've rambled enough, so I'm going to cut the deck. Okay. I'm going to take the bottom card to represent the underlying theme or the overarching energy for this spread. The first card will represent the present or the present energies around you. The second will represent the past or the past energies around you. Third will be the obstacle. The fourth will be the possible help. And the fifth will be the possible outcome. I'm going to pull for you now a Healing and Meditation Oracle deck card. Okay. They're trying to get away from me. Alright, you got one that flew out of the deck. And finally, I'm going to pull a card from the Sage Goddess Gemstone Oracle deck. I love this deck. It's a new deck to me. I had to wait on a waiting list for it. I'm so pleased that I finally got it. I really enjoyed my purchase with Sage Goddess. If you are of the saging variety and you like to smudge, she has beautiful smudge bundles that she makes as well. I'm not being sponsored by her. I'm just giving her a shout out because I really enjoyed the process. She sent me a piece of tiger's eye. Beautiful piece of tiger's eye. And also I keep little gemstones here in front of my tablet. But she also sent me a sample of perfume as well. That is, it's an interesting smell. It's very, very strong, but the warrior goddess in me, if you will, loves the way that it smells. It's got a little bit of masculine undertone to it, in my opinion. I let the fiance smell it, and he was like, ooh, that's going to take a minute to get used to. I was like, I don't know if I'll ever actually wear it, per se. I may just use it to kind of smell. Okay. And there's you a card that fell out. And it's so synchronistic for you and your placements. Alright, Taurus, what I'm going to do now, since I stopped scratching my eye, I'm having a lot of face itching issues for the past little bit. Pluto transit on my skin has not been cool. Anyways, what I'm going to do now is hit the pause button, flip these cards over, do the tarot math, and I'll be right back with your story. So hang tight, Taurus. Hey Taurus, I'm back with your cards, so let's get started. The underlying theme or overarching energy that you have for this January 2017 reading is the Strength card. This is the 8th card of the Major Arcana. The 8 speaks to the Scorpio-ruled house of life, death, and rebirth, the cycles of transformation, metamorphosis, and regeneration, human, basic, or primal instincts. It also covers sexuality and other people's money. Now, the Strength card as a Major Arcana card represents the zodiac sign of Leo. This card indicates that you may be feeling self-confident in exercising your talents or abilities in some way. You could be using your skills to benefit you or the situation at hand. Whenever I see the infinity symbol, I think of Scorpio, and that leads to the 8th house. Whenever I see the lion, I think of Leo, and this card is representative of Leo. It could be that you are dealing with a Leo in the majority of the month. If it's not a Leo, it could be a Scorpio, or it could be somebody who has both of those signs in their chart very strongly. With me being a Taurus moon, I already feel like I know what this situation is for me. Now, the card that represents the present situation at hand is the 9 of Wands. This is not the first time I've seen this card show up in readings for this month series, so you're not going through this by yourself. There are other people that are in the same kind of situation you are. But the 9 speaks to the Sagittarius-ruled house of higher education, foreign trips, foreign places, foreign people, foreign things, adventures and questing. It covers the study of religion, philosophy, astrology. It covers political matters and legal system matters. I think of the 9th as your worldview expanded through study or travel. This card has wands on it. The wands are representative of a fire sign. Hello, Leo. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I happen to have an Aries sun. My fiance is a Leo sun, so speaking pretty strongly to me in a certain sense, but I'm going to give you the reading for y'all, not for me. This card indicates a period of rest after struggle, after really fighting almost for your life is what it feels like. This guy looks like he's been injured, dealing with some sort of shock or trauma to the head. That would correlate to my PTSD issues. I actually took the fall semester off because I did 2 years going really hard trying to fight, not wanting to quit doing what I was doing, and I was really just spinning my wheels, and I got burnt out, and I'm dealing with the mental health repercussions of not seeking mental help when I needed it after the fire. I've been doing this by myself, y'all. I'm much better than I was. Much better than I was. But exhaustion catches up to you. And that's where I was. I was exhausted. I'm going to start going back to school in spring, though. That's the plan. But this card definitely deals with dealing with trials, dealing with the fallout of a trial, dealing with a situation where you may have had to defend yourself or your territory or your situation, and you're just kind of, it's like recollecting yourself, catching your breath, reassessing what's going on around you. Now, the card in the past that represents the past is the Five of Wands. And the 5 speaks to the Leo ruled house. Is there a pattern developing here, y'all? The Leo ruled house of romance and falling in love, dating, your social life, pleasures. It's the creative house. It's the house of the artist. It's the house of the creative spark, artistic endeavors, pursuits, and creation. I like to say that the 5th house has your DNA and fingerprints all over it because it's where you have skin in the game. This card, once again, the Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But this card is, it's like play fighting. Or it started out as play fighting, but if you look at some of the faces of these characters, some of them aren't playing anymore. It's like it may get a little out of hand. Like, if you're in a social situation, especially if there's been drinking, it seems like people, I can hear it. I was just playing. I'm sick of you playing. I'm not on that level that you get what I'm saying? Could be that your kids are arguing a lot too. I'm shooting this at the beginning of December. Some of y'all may be watching this during the Christmas holiday break. So your kids may be fighting or getting on your nerves. Or just people in general fighting and getting on your nerves. This could represent a lot of the arguing from the past election season. Things still haven't seemed to die down after all of that. And I mean, it's understandable. I'm not making a critique on the situation at hand one way or another. It's just, it seems like it's getting on your nerves. Because the way that it's laid out, it's almost like, am I going to have to protect myself from this horse shit again? Is really what it looks like, the way that it's laid out in front of me. It's like, I've got my little fortress right here. Is it going to be enough? I'm catching my breath because I was in the thick of it. But now I'm over here by myself reassessing the situation. Now, the card that represents the obstacle in the situation is a major arcana card. It is the Justice card. This is the 11th card of the major arcana. The 11 speaks to the Aquarius ruled house of your friends. This could also be dealing with internet. But friends, groups, memberships, associations, and teams that you may belong to. It also covers your future wishes, goals, and dreams, or your bucket list. That's the 11. For the number up here. Now, the Justice card in itself represents the zodiac sign of Libra. And anytime I see the scales, I think of Libra instantaneously. And there are other cards that have scale representation. So it always points to a Libra for me. But Libra, what they're about is trying to find balance, trying to find equality, trying to make the scales as even as possible, to make all parties happy. They're very much about the appearance of things. They like... I'm thinking of that British show, Keeping Up Appearances. My mom used to watch, or my mom is a British comedy fiend. She loves to watch the BBC and, well, it's LPB here because I live in Louisiana, but every Saturday she's got it on. Anyways, but that idea of keeping up appearances is very Libra. And Libra's ruled by Venus, your ruling planet, moving into your 11th house at the beginning of the month of January. Isn't it interesting how the symbology and synchronicity plays out? Venus, your ruling planet, moving into your 11th house. It could be that you're finding love. And this could be romantic love or just feeling the love in your friends, your groups, your tribe. But Justice. This could be dealing with a legal system matter. You can't escape that. You could be getting justice from an air sign. It doesn't necessarily, I mean, this card represents Libra, but I see the sword in his hand, which indicates air signs for me as well, and that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We're having, you've got Neptune in the 11th house as well. It could be that boundaries aren't being respected in your 11th house. It could be people, or you are overstepping your boundaries, or other people are overstepping theirs in your world as well. But the Justice card is about seeking balance, trying to achieve balance. But it's also like a reward for your effort, or acknowledgement of your effort. Once again, I feel like this is going to involve a fire sign. If this is a situation, because of all the red represented here as well. And we've got a strong fire sign representation with the wands starting off. We've got Leo as the basis of the reading with the strength card. I feel like you're going to be dealing with getting some justice from a Leo or Libra. My fiance is a Leo sun and a Libra rising. It's really, it's hitting home. But the Justice card being in the upright is a positive omen. However, with it being in the obstacle card, it could be that you feel like justice is escaping you, or that justice has taken too long to find you, or find the appropriate avenue. It may feel like it's taken a long time for this acknowledgement or recognition to find you. The possible help in this situation is the Two of Pentacles. And the 2 represents your house. It's the Taurus ruled house of money, possessions, earning ability, and self-esteem. It's the house of your values. Anything that you point to, classify, or quantify, introduce as mine, would probably qualify as a second house endeavor or item. The Pentacles represent earth sign energy, and that is once again you, Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. It can be their sun, their moon, or their rising sign. This card indicates trying to find balance. We just got finished talking about the obstacle being balance, trying to find balance. You may be trying to find balance between your work and health life, or work and social life, work and family life. You could be trying to find balance in your checkbook after the holidays. You could be trying to find balance between, how am I going to where am I going to put my time? Where is my time best well spent? Because time is a resource, and the Pentacles represent not only money, but also resources, and resources are anything that you could expend on another living thing or situation. Once again, feel like this might be a fire sign with all of the red in the card on the character. Now, this is the only character card that has a red hat, which for me definitely screams an Aries, because Aries is a fire sign, so the red, and the head is ruled by Aries. So we've got Mars moving into Aries in the 12th house. You may be running fever. Some of you may be running fever, and you don't have the money to go to a doctor, and you don't know how you're going to do it. And somebody may come in and say, I've got your back. It's not a problem. You've been through enough. Or you could just be feeling very hot-headed, or like I said, your dreams could be very passionate, or even sexual. If you are having dreams at all, it may be that you're not having any sort of, you may be having a period of insomnia. And sleep is also a resource, because, that's a part of your health. If you can't sleep, you are going to start feeling the effects. I know, I've lived 2 years pretty much as an insomniac. I just get cat naps, and it drives me crazy because I have Neptune at the very end of my first house. It's like on the cusp of my first and second house. And I value sleep. I value my rest. And it's really hard for me to sleep. And so yeah, your brain, your body needs that sleep to help clear your mind. And it can be a real problem if your body isn't allowing you to sleep, or your fight or flight response is activated by a sound or a smell or a dream. It's a difficult life. It's a difficult path. But I'm making it work. I'm doing the best I can. And that's all anybody can do, is do the best that they can. Now, the possible outcome of the situation, I love this card. It's the Ten of Cups. Who doesn't love a rainbow at the end of the story? This is enjoying the fruits of your labor and having fulfillment in it. The 10 is representative for me of the 10th house, which is the Capricorn ruled house of your destiny. It's dealing with authorities, authority figures, and authorities in their field. It's also dealing with your reputation and your status. Your status can change from single to married to engaged to it's complicated to divorced to widowed. It's that kind of status change I'm talking about. It can also be monetary, but and your career. The cups represent water sign energy, and the water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We're having a full moon in Cancer in your 3rd house. It could be that you're discussing what you want from your career or your status or your reputation. It could be a discussion that brings about a lot of healing, or it helps you and your partner to get on the same page. If you have a partner, if not, it helps you to get on your own same page. Because what you wanted 2 years ago may not be exactly what you want now. But this is standing back and marveling at the situation and enjoying it for what it is. This is a celebration card. This is a happy card. This is a nice way to end the reading for me. But you're going to have strength this month is what it looks like. Possibly the strength to keep your mouth shut, or the strength to open your mouth, depending on what's going on. And Taurus, that can be an issue sometimes for us, because we would prefer to not rock the boat. And I say that because I have a Taurus moon. We would prefer to not rock the boat. We would rather it just stay. And I say rock the boat. Look what's going on in the background of this card. Boats rocking back and forth. We would prefer for things to just be cool, copacetic, chill. But once you've pushed us, and we feel sorry for you when that happens. Now, the Healing and Meditation Oracle card that flew out of the deck for you is the Kindness card. Somebody could be extending to you a hand of kindness, or you may be extending a hand of kindness to someone else. Understand that Wheel of Fortune changes every single day. Put as many good karma points in your bank as you can, because you're going to want them one day. What you put out into the world truly does come back to you, and you would prefer to get kindness as opposed to anything else. I know I would. And it goes down to the basic tenet of doing to others. The Kindness card reads, if you cultivate the virtue of loving kindness, it will benefit your relationship with others, allowing you to open your heart to loved ones and strangers alike. To make your meditation more profound, repeat these mantras. May my loved ones, friends, and neighbors be free from suffering and pain. May all the creatures on the earth live in safety and in security. May my daily activities contribute to the contentment, healing, and insight of others. We all have to deal with people who don't like us. So wherever you are and whatever you're doing, the challenge is to show loving kindness towards unfriendly people as well as towards friends and admire strangers. What is it that they say? Don't pay attention to how, or no. How you treat someone beneath you is a reflection as to who you are as a human being. Meaning, if you're only respectful, nice, and courteous to those who you are trying to impress, then you need to check yourself. But if you are kind to the janitor as well as the CEO, then you're in the right spot. It costs nothing to be kind. The Sage Goddess Gemstone Oracle card that I pulled for you, Taurus, is the Sapphire card, which, that's my engagement ring, a royal blue sapphire. I love it. I have to be different. Uranus is in my first house. Sapphire This covers awareness, eloquence, and wisdom. It heals the throat and third eye chakras and amplifies their vibrations. Sapphire is a stone of fidelity and loyalty. It calms and heals the mind. It helps you channel information and aids in discerning the most effective communication methods. You have pulled this card because you need to eloquently express your innermost trust with the insight from the highest planes. Meditate with sapphire for peace, intellectual stimulation, and ancient wisdom. Have the strength to speak your truth in love and be kind when doing it. That's what I'm seeing here. And if you have the strength to do it, I think good things are coming for you. Taurus, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you already have, I thank you from the bottom of my very grateful heart. I'll be around for the full moon reading to do some mid-month cards. I'm also going to be shooting the 2017 heads-up videos very shortly as soon as I get finished with this series, and they should both be released at about the same time, so keep your eyes open for that. I hope you're well. Please take care of yourself and be kind to yourself, Taurus. Save some of that kindness for others, because we're all going through something in our world that some of us may never speak about to another living soul. Take care, Taurus. I'll see you at the mid-month. Heads up, watch out for them videos. I'm going to be doing a lot. I'll see you soon, but until then, namaste and bye, Taurus.